He
when
got it
when your
together.
mom was in back home in the native, your place was empty.
That happened, but you got in touch with him or something like that. You guys had a plan to meet or something like that.
His place was like a chilling pad for that 1 month. I think I called you because I had met Sneha. So after I met Sneha, that's
Oh
how we
yeah,
met.
Pawai at that place.
At social
Kanchi.
Powai
Pawai socials where we met.
Yeah, that's where we
I
met
had that
first.
Winston ka dabba also at that time.
Yeah.
And then from there you told me that your place was empty, and then we discussed about. I remember discussing podcast, right? And
No,
then
I don't think so. We discussed this back
did.
then.
I don't remember when was the first time we mentioned
I'll
podcast.
tell you. I'll like we were chilling, we were talking, and we were just like, we are talking so much that we should actually start a podcast, like that's something which is interesting. And we're like,
हेलो
Hello, bro.
भाई लोग कुछ करते हैं ब्रो
करते हैं ब्रो
कुछ करते हैं ब्रो
करते हैं ना?
करते हैं यार
करना ही चाहिए अब, करना ही चाहिए अब, करना ही चाहिए अब, करना ही चाहिए हाँ ब्रो
करते हैं ना?
कुछ करते हैं ब्रो
1, 2, 3. Hey guys, welcome to Kuch Karte Bro. So this is basically nahi, chhe. Hey guys, welcome to Kuch Karte Bro. This is
No,
basically
you
a
can't just
pod.
start like that. You have to prepare us also.
No,
You can't just start like
हम
you
लोग
start
नहीं
each
देख
time.
रहे इधर इधर
हाँ.
देखना चाहिए.
अच्छा, हाँ, okay.
Yeah. So 1, 2.
3. Hey guys, welcome to Kuch Karte Bro.
Welcome.
This is basically a podcast where 3 friends are talking about everything possible. So this is Prateek here,
This is Gaurav.
This is Sajesh.
and this is Kuch Karte Bro.
कुछ करते हैं.
कुछ करते ही है.
करते ना.
करते ना यार.
So yeah, so we have been friends since quite some time now. We have been friends since the past 10 to 15 years or 10 to 12 years. We met in our 20s, and we met for our graduations, for our bachelors, and now we meet after 7 to 8 years. Now we are entering 30. He's already 30. We are going to be 13 sometime. So the whole point is
चालू ही कर रही है
discuss.
existential crisis से.
Yeah,
He's
first
30, not almost 30.
There's so much dynamics into it. There is so much dynamics into it.
And we've
That's it.
begun.
Okay. But there is so much dynamics about age in our introductions, no? Like if we have to
Yeah, of
introduce
course,
each
man.
other,
Yeah, because
there
so
will
that
always
people
be.
take us seriously now. At this age at least. Please
Listen
come back
to
to
me.
seriously लो अभी मुझे. अभी नहीं मजाक में ले सकते कोई. बहुत हो गया. I was waiting for this moment.
So yeah, man. It's a long time coming for this recording to happen also.
Yeah.
And I think like our first episode is just basically even getting to know each other, and maybe whoever's watching getting to know us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know about us. It's
Yeah, more
important.
about us, because I think we also want to find out some shit about each other. I hope.
Yeah.
I
man.
hope
Today
we're
that's
gonna find out
that's
some
the
shit.
10 years, bro.
Yeah.
So where have you been? वो बता देते हैं.
So I was just discussing with Pratik. We were actually at one point not even in the same country.
Yeah.
You were in India.
Yeah.
I was in Australia. He was in.
So I was thinking about this thing, bro. You know what we should really do? What we should do is like you give an introduction about both of us. Okay, I will give an introduction about both of you all. You give an introduction about. So this gives a good, it gets us all on a good ground where we can start.
Yeah.
So instead of introducing ourselves, right? So I think that's the best way to cover a lot about yours and ages and that how we are.
What's been up?
Yeah, bro. I think that's like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's start with you. Let's go with Sajesh.
Yeah, cool. So I'll start Gaurav Hole first because he's the
That's
first
my
person.
full name.
Yeah. So Gaurav first, and so basically we call him Hole and we call him Pillai. I was like a really underconfident kid. I used to not even talk a lot. But जब मैं फूक लेता था मैं जब मैं मस्ती में आता था तो I used to be like really talkative, very normal, but I was really underconfident, and he has helped or played a very important part in my life कि I came out of that and I had the confidence to come out of that. So he's a friend like that for me, and we have been chilling a lot. हम लोगों ने जो बकचोदी करना है दुनिया में सब कुछ साथ में किया है, प्लान करके किया है. ठीक है, तो दैट इज लाइक द बेस्ट, एंड लाइक वी हैव बीन चिलिंग सिंस एवर. तो इसके अलावा तो we are like very good friends, like super good friends. Pille का scene ये है कि Pille I met in second year because in first year I thought you were too cool to talk to me. Yeah. तो मैंने एक साल रुका, मैंने सोचा कि हाँ होले पहले बात कर लेगा, then I will go and talk to the cool guys because you had two girls with you always. So
Who were his friends? You should.
Yeah,
were
let's
his friends?
finish that
Were his friends?
sentence.
Later became my friends.
Later
but-
we can still are good friends of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one has talked to me
Yeah.
since ever. After
But
college.
I in the heart.
Yeah. In the heart, cool. So that is what my perception of you was. But then when we chilled together, I used to be like really starstruck about your confidence to talk. Because मैं बात ही नहीं कर पाता और ये बंदा मतलब, और तेरा एम्बिशन भी तब था कि you wanted to become a jockey, radio jockey.
हाँ.
So मेरे को लगता था हाँ, you are apt, तू तो कर ही देगा. Like ठीक है. And I was like कि ये confidence मेरे को चाहिए कि किधर भी खड़े रह के कुछ भी बकचोदी कर ले. So that was my thing. And also we vibed lately after all these years when we met together after so long. So we vibed a lot on being Mallu.
हाँ.
So we are the two Mallus of the group. He's the Maharashtrian. We are half Maharashtrians also because we are born and brought up here. But
Because vada pav.
we are vada pav.
Ah, man.
तो पिल्ले का सीन तो मल्लू के वैसा भी ज्यादा. हमें we talk in Malayalam,
Malayalam क्या ना बोले.
which I do not talk to anyone in my life. इससे बात करता हूँ. So that's yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with Sajesh as well. So Sajesh has told you his side of the story, and my side of the story was I always had a partner in crime throughout college. We used to attend one class and then bunk the whole day, and that was routine. Like it didn't matter. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every time it felt like a weekend. We still got through our exams. We flunked in one. I motivated him to cheat in economics. Okay, he got no. He still
No, I did good, but I passed
Oh, you
because I
passed.
failed the first time
Haan.
because we were playing PS. Sorry, Xbox.
Yeah, and I was still copying at that time. So
And he passed, I
Yeah, I passed. The second time I got caught. Anyways, that's just a small story. But that's the way it's been. Like we've been in partners in crime playing PS before the exam, which we have no idea about. That itself is a good defining standard कि बकचोदी का ट्रस्ट लेवल कितना है कि यहाँ करते हैं कुछ करते हैं सीधा उठा देते हैं. So yeah, that's and after coming back from Melbourne also, like obviously like we've been speaking, we've been very different people. We've changed a lot, like the situations have changed us.
Did you guys have like a gap in between?
Yeah,
Like 4 years we were meeting when I was coming here, obviously.
yeah, of course. But we used to talk like once a month or twice a month. We used to talk at
We
least.
didn't talk when I was in Melbourne. Like rarely we used to talk, once a month, and then yeah, that's it. That's what's been so far. And with Pille, we met in college, and you were like the entertainer, always the entertainer, like and so lively and like because I knew if I'm chilling, if you're there, it's just going to be an elevating experience for me. Like I know I won't feel sleepy, I won't feel out of energy because you're just going to be like making everybody float at the same time. Everybody's just like giggling and laughing, and so you have that vibe, bro. That's how obviously we caught each other's attention also.
Yeah.
And then we started chilling, but we used to mostly just chill. Like drinking was very heavy. Now we've started chilling, like where we've talked,
Yeah.
where we've like just like what's going
What's
on.
going on? Fuck, I don't think we ever said what's going on back then, right? Never. And I think that was never in our mind also. Like what?
Yeah, because we were chilling,
Chilling.
heavy
We
chilling.
chilling.
उसमें कम बात लगता है, funny बात कर वरना बात मत कर.
बहुत
क्यों
के लिए बात नहीं कर रहा.
क्या था? फाचड़ हो गया ये. Two woods diverged नहीं क्या?
Two roads
diverged into the woods.
हाँ.
I took the one less traveled.
I took the one less.
That's what
drive.
made all the difference.
Wow. These were on our staircases, remember?
Yeah, so
I
man.
love the design of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
college, SK Somaya,
Fuck,
the
it was-
Aurobindo
And we
building.
are the last batch of first year, like the last year that was in the old building.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
were the
and
first ones to move into that,
yeah,
no?
into that building.
And he
also.
went into the second year. So only we were the last to experience that college. Because after that, the first year was-
I was pretty shit.
हाँ,
But
वो तो
dude, it had
It
a
smelled like toilet
crazy.
everywhere somehow.
Yeah.
क्या?
But
That
that
smelled like toilet everywhere.
but ground का view was killer, dude. वो जो वहाँ पे पुराने building का जो ground
पीछे
का
के
view
side
था.
पे view था.
पीछे के side पे. That terrace was insane.
I don't remember that building also. Matlab,
That's where we met, bro, first time.
I know,
That's why
I
me,
remember
Omkar,
that.
all of like, how we met was how we met for the first time because of cigarettes. कौन फूकता है कौन फूकता है कौन फूकता है So the first time I met Sajesh was because we were all like, there's this thing about smokers is they have this like herd mentality that's unsaid, okay? So automatically with the break time is somehow they're like, tu.
No, they're the first clan of people near the lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the first day at work. सब लोग लिफ्ट के अंदर आ गए दूसरे बंदे के।
Yeah.
Yeah, we just like attract each other because and then everyone wants to go have company. I didn't mind smoking alone because I used to smoke alone before or after college once or twice, but it was fine with me. But people are not very company चाहिए मेरे को अकेला अच्छा नहीं लगता है.
उल्टा मेरा तो पूरा सेशन वैसे ही है अकेला ही सुट्टा मारने के लिए।
हाँ bro, सुट्टा मारने के लिए तेरे को company चाहिए मतलब नेक्स्ट बोलेगा ठीक है छोड़ जिस अलग होता है लोगों का
अपने अपने फंडे।
अपने अपने फंडे झंडे.
So about you, Gaurav Wale. Bro, you like for me, we met in college, and I think I think I knew you through. Used to speak like you guys used to speak at that time. I think something I don't know how.
I think you
He used to speak. She used to hit on her.
Huh,
Hit on
used to hit on her.
yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, like
But I feel like I met Patel first. No,
Patel.
I met you through Patel.
No,
I have no idea.
that could be possible. I think we met.
Because I feel like I got to know after started chilling with the whole group at once.
But the point is, like, I knew you through two people. One was Patel and one was. So I knew that I was speaking to you. Like, तुम लोग something chilling scenes hai. And Patel was there in Dombivli. So, and he used to smoke up.
Yeah.
No, he never used to smoke up. Sorry, that was not the case. But he never did. But
Back then.
Yeah,
Back then.
What's up? Topo.
And now he's in
I
the
don't know,
cannabis industry.
Exactly. So Holly is the first person that I ever smoked an entire joint with.
Oh, is it?
Like in my life.
In your life.
In my life.
Oh damn.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. We know about you. But
Like, yeah.
what are the odds of Pillai
Pillai.
meeting less often, like meeting us less
Yeah,
often,
yeah.
and then him smoking a
So that was the weird thing. Like in life, like all my childhood friends, I used to tell them that, you know what, I was one of those guys where I was like, weed is drugs and you should not be doing it. And I am never going to be doing drugs in
we
life.
all went through that phase in 10th standard.
But then
I found
that
a
bro-
cigarette packet, I crushed it like.
What?
कोई नहीं पीएगा इसको. And in 12th, I'm like, अरे यार वो याद आता है अभी तक मेरे को.
Yeah, dude. But that's the thing. So in my life, so Gaurav Hole, again, I'll do that. So Gaurav Hole this is the guy with whom I smoked up for the first time in college. And you were one of those cool guys for me.
I think for both we were
For-
like cool. I
Yeah,
think we
I
all
was
found something
always
cool about
like,
each other.
yeah, I was always like, okay, this guy's cool. Like,
Why would
I knew that there was, yeah, I know that there was Gaurav Hole and he's pretty chill. Like, I always knew that. And I think around second year is when we met. First year, I think we never met. So second year we met and I don't know, as soon as we met, we just started chilling. Like, it suddenly we are there, they're making up. Chalo chill karte. And dude, trust me, back then to chill, like you would get your car, right? And that was a big thing for me back then.
Of
you
course,
know?
bro. Of course.
So that car was a
That's a
mini bus.
big thing
That
for me.
car was a bus actually.
It used to be like
And-
12, 13 years.
Dude, I come from Kalyan, like I'm traveling 1 hour, I'm coming to Vidya Vihar, like, and I'm just coming from those, like, and I'm seeing this car wala ke college mein aa rahe sab log, we're going to, guys were like Pawai people, Hiranandani scenes, and I'm just like, bhai, abhi college se nikla, Kalyan se nikla, I have no idea how this thing works. And people are just next level, like, everybody's just too good with their game, dude. Like, they're dressed well, they're walking well, they're going around in cars and shit. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I have no habit. Like, I don't know how this
So
is.
Somaya was a culture shock
For
you.
me, it was not a shock for me. It was the culture came to me at that time. Like,
That
it
culture shock as in you didn't
yeah.
get shocked. You were just like, अच्छा
This
ऐसा
is
होता है.
Oh, but
okay,
you
this
did
is
junior college in Kalyan.
no, I was in men, na. You were also in Menon, I guess.
हाँ so
So I was in Menon.
हाँ also yeah मेरे को भी थोड़ा
But
सा
Menon, dude, 11th, 12th was like that time in life.
that is a jail.
When that it wasn't a jail, but 11th, 12th
It
was
was
the time
fun.
when I was heavily, बोलते हैं ना, underpaid. Funded घर से बहुत कम था.
okay
तो graduation में आने के बाद में थोड़ा बढ़ गया वो सब. So that was the time I could still afford to go to places and like, dude, we used to go to what? Ute Sute, we used to be at Uttan, going at
We remember we went to
like
Gorai or something.
Gorai,
Yeah, that was
Darya Kinara.
crazy. Darya Kinara.
Darya Kinara and your car.
That was a
No. We were coming back in the car.
helmet.
No. We were coming back in the car and I was without my slippers. I removed my shoes and all. I had gotten off because I had to pee. And then it was traffic. So you drop the car and I was like, I can't hold it. I'm like, okay, I'm getting off the car. I jumped the divider. I ran on the other side. I peed. I turn around. And I don't know what car it was.
oh
I am not even wearing my chappals. My wallet is in the car. My phone is in the car. It's just me outside. I'm like, fuck. And I still remember your number 7979. I was like, where's 79797? I'm looking at all the XUVs. And then what did I do? I caught hold of a rickshawala. I told him like, bro, can you please make a call for me? And I don't know anybody's numbers.
Yeah.
I made a call to just the one number I remember. Called, made her call Meghna.
you could have called your phone only no
No, but I was switched off. No, that's the reason it was just in the car.
okay
So she called Meghna. And then we three are now arranging that guy's in the situation. Like, I'm with this guy standing over here. Like,
Fuck.
and then you came there with the car and then we got back and came back.
Shit, I had no memory of that.
That's how drunk everybody used to be back then, dude. That's what I'm saying.
You should not drink and drive.
Yeah, uncool. Totally.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. Enjoy responsibly.
Yes.
please don't
So, and that was back then, you know. And after that, as soon as the college ended, I don't think we ever met. Like for good 9-10 years
Yeah, after
straight
college we just fell out of touch.
up. Yeah,
Mostly.
straight.
Because I started working in an internship, then I went.
But you know what? There was one thing about Holiday. What I loved was every time we used to chill, right? We always used to sit aside, like, and spend like 20-30 minutes sometimes just talking about things. You know? Something. There was always this thing that we used to spend, and everywhere we go, we would sit, we would talk. It was a good time, and then we used to just leave.
time
sandwich वाले के बाजू में बैठते थे ना नीचे
Bro, pura
Ah,
college
that was
entire
very nice
day,
You remember once
entire
we slept there?
we
slept
slept
on the footpath.
footpath.
And we were just huddling around you. हाँ इसको सोने देते हैं, अपन बात करते हैं.
Yeah,
हाँ, we just huddled him because we can't let anybody see. They fucking
bro.
come and smack us over there. वो building के बाहर.
That
हाँ,
was the
exactly.
time. I think I was house party, and at that time, trust me, house parties were like kind of a thing. And
yeah, it
मेरे
was
एरिया में ना,
real fun.
and मेरे एरिया में कल्याण में जब दोस्त लोग हैं ना, जो कल्याण में कॉलेज भी कर रहे हैं, सब लोग कर रहे थे, like ये बंदा जी रहा है यार, मुंबई चलेगा देखो. हम अभी भी यही वही लौंडे.
एक number.
And that was the vibe in my area, dude. Like
But
somehow.
we were chilling. We were all chilling
Yeah.
properly. We were heavy chilling.
But
All
I
of
was
us come together. We just brought something to
yeah,
the table.
and I
we were all
really,
chilling.
really feel that. And the fact is that Sajesh also met me in the same college.
Like,
couple of teachers were really good and we did not spend too much time in college.
but
मतलब हम लोग-
that's the good thing, I think. That's
yeah, that is why we
Dude.
find it to be
Breaks,
good.
big
We
break.
were never spending time in the
I
college.
did not
Like
do any
never.
fests and everything. We performed at a fest, but
we
we
never
never
did
entered.
That too, someone
Parts-
told us to do it. That's why we did it. Then
हाँ,
तेरे को
exactly.
करना ही पड़ेगा ये.
हाँ, I
Okay.
think I also did something beach में वहाँ पे.
You did something?
You were
हाँ,
hosting, no? Few
something. Yeah, I think I got like host case में I had gone once
हाँ.
for the festival.
उसके बाद गांड था मेरी.
अरे वो time पे ना bro, it was very different bro. I was like super confident. Like I look at myself back then and I'm like, fuck, you were like this example of being an extrovert.
Yeah,
Like,
man, you were
proper.
really an extrovert. मेरे को कभी तू ना सब randomly कुछ भी पूछ देने का मतलब वो मैं बात करना. So it used to happen to me कि नहीं बात कर मेरे पास कुछ नहीं funny बोलने का. ये constantly funny और मैं constantly unfunny वाला scene होने का. तो मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा है कि
क्या
funny
बात कर रहा है
हाँ
बे?
bro. मेरा problem
So there was
वो तू
मेरा
funny था.
हाँ.
You just don't remember yourself like that.
So
You
that's-
remember yourself in a very different way.
नहीं
But
नहीं
for-
मैं वैसे funny था मतलब with this group no you'll always see me not talking.
Even I had that at some points in Melbourne. I had that in heaps. I used to go to parties, not talk to anyone. I just dance, drink, have a great time. People talk to me, yes, I'll talk to you back. If I need a lighter, I'll talk to you. but I just don't like to talk, and that's how most parties have been.
हॉले का एक और एक सीन था, something I mean introducing is incomplete if I don't, like you since kid now bro, like since the time I have known you, like you were always able to explain things in a very good way, you know, in a very nice manner. It's
Thanks.
you never feel rude, you never feel bad, and you would say something
I've always
that's,
had a thing for words.
you know, you've been very good with them, and the way you explain things. And the thing is, I always remember people who taught me something, you know, like back then he used to be this guy who would teach me new things about, like, I don't know, so many. He would just be like normal everyday thing about everyday. He would just be like, मस्त बोला यार, ऐसा हो जाता है यार, मस्त
Yeah.
बोला यार, ऐसा हो जाता है।
हम लोग उसका
So
काफी
I've
ज्यादा
always
The way he
admired that, you know, and you have this full on persona about yourself. Like anywhere you go,
Thank
your presence is always felt. वैसा वाला scene था. So I would always feel that in college, and the same way about you, bro. So this is Sajesh Soman for me, right? So
sober suggestion.
yeah. Like I have had so much fun with you. I remember, like, he's this guy. I remember back in college, I used to sit in front of him and he used to just keep beatboxing. All right. And I used to be constantly just taking his video. And trust me, I would put that in my PC and I would play it in my house. And I would, when my friends would come over, because my house at that time was like a party place. So all my friends would come at my house because my
I also
How's it?
remember being there.
you have come to
Yeah,
Kalyan and chilled in my
twice.
house.
We have gone twice.
Thakurli mein we had that phase too, all of us partying. So that was the thing, bro. So you were that guy that I used to speak to people right from that time. And even my younger brother, like at that time, he's 9 years younger to me. So he's already very small. When he was growing up, he still remembers, yeah, we had that one guy in our, like, जो beatbox करते रहता था, घर पे वही बजता रहता था, I remember. और मैं देखता रहता था, हाँ यार, क्या क्या बनाता है. So I used to be like super, like a big time fan of you, bro. And you will see every party we used to come like, bro, please,
Yeah.
please. I
That's so
still
bored
do
of
that
that.
probably. You know?
Back then I was good, but not.
You still do it, like,
Yeah.
but you were really, really, really good for that time.
Yeah.
Like in 2010,
Nobody even knew what beatboxing.
Yeah.
and this guy is doing dubstep and be like he
Echoes and all
beatboxing
that.
echoes and-
Yeah.
You,
Fucking panty dropping echoes.
yeah, man. And I remember, like, even in like when Ivy गया था, Munnar गए थे अपन. So Munnar में Sajesh is like,
Munnar, we killed it.
we killed it, and Sajesh is like, you know, he's beatboxing and he's not doing like 30 seconds or 40 seconds.
Solo man show.
He is on, like, he's on for like 6 minutes. ऐसा सब मचा रहा है.
Yeah, man, that. तभी तो
उसको साइज
Train
लेके
में।
रखा था, छाती में हवा
हाँ,
कैसे
कैसा
बैठ
जा
रहा है?
exactly हमेशा यही बोलते थे हर कोई.
And he used to drink on top of that too, like, you know. So we all are pretty. और bro, वो टाइम पे क्या था कि I remember वो it was not like 1-2 दिन, बस 5 दिन का IV था अपना. अपन 5 दिन तक वहां
मेरा तो
पे,
उसमें पैसा खत्म.
5 में से मैं 1 दिन तो गया भी नहीं ट्रिप पे. मतलब मैं रूम पे ही सोया था bro. Like we partied and dude, like लोग कहाँ पे ये स्टेयर्स पे कोई सो गया है. और इतना सीन था वो मुन्नार के होटल में. अपना पूरा कॉलेज फायर हो गया था. You and
तुम
me.
लोग बाहर गए थे.
अरे नहीं, you, me. It was the time when launch हुआ था. लॉन्च हुआ था मुन्नार में, इफ यू रिमेम्बर. वो टाइम पे
मैं
वो
नहीं था, तुम लोग
वो
chill नहीं
टाइम पे
कर
वो
रहे
रोल भी नहीं करता था.
थे.
ठीक है. और उसके बाद में भाई ने पीछे मुड़ के देखा नहीं है.
अच्छा तो फूका उसने.
ने.
ओ वो हुआ था.
हाँ.
Genesis.
समझ रहा. और you, me, we were in the same room. We had ordered chicken from somewhere because we used to get veg food. Gujarati college. तो और and we are smoking inside. ये आता है, सर आता है, टक टक नॉक विक किया. You went and अपन ने क्या किया, we had those lights also. We used to keep the lights in the room.
Laser. Oh shit.
वो
Yeah.
ट्रेन में लगा था.
And the speaker and everything in the room. And this guy goes, Hole goes, he opens the door. Sir is looking for like this corner. He's not even opening the entire door. You know it's sir. Professor है. ऐसा खुल के गाना बंद किया. हाँ सर बंद कर दिया. Okay. गाना पूरे 4 रूम में ना, अपने रूम में से आवाज आ रहा है. और सर भी देख रहा है. Okay.
That sir didn't want to check it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like, I am also
formality.
here for occasion.
He is
Not
literally
you.
seeing dead bodies on the floor. Like people are passed out, fucking somebody's puking somewhere. Crazy.
People were so drunk. I just remember one small. Firstly, I had no recollection of this. I even forgot the lasers.
So
It's
that's
all
the
coming
thing.
back.
Like entire 20s have been like so many things done, but so little I can speak entirely
I
about.
remember this one incident because it was so freaky, bro. There was this. I don't know. I don't remember his name, man. Jaideep or
Jaideep. I know. JD na?
Jai-
Pawai.
अपने class वाला bro जो anyways, so this guy, those people were so drunk everywhere. These guys were sitting in the balcony, and the first guy said hi when I had come back. There's a hi.
क्या बात है?
It's just,
What?
he went up like hi. And he's collecting it. I'm like fucking leave it.
कौन है ये?
जयदीप पवार.
नहीं रे जयदीप करके कोई नहीं था अपने पूरे कॉलेज में.
अरे वो जो छोटा नाटा
If there is a Jaydeep,
उसका नाम
he'll
जयदीप
be so sad.
है ब्रो.
ये कौन अपने कॉलेज
वो
में
हार्ड बंदा है वो.
वो भी नहीं था.
वो अपने साथ नहीं था वो bro. वो he had his own like group, but he was in our class.
Yeah,
We used to chill.
but he likes to chill with us. वो मुल्लू ईस्ट में रहता वाला वही ना.
He used to come trekking also.
Yeah.
Used to...
गांड फट जाने की उसकी.
You never come trekking with us. No?
Never.
He will never. He can never.
I'm just like
We take everybody trekking. Like at some point or the other, people have to come. Because that's where the plan is.
That's how we give back to the society.
अच्छा
सब लोग चले.
ट्रैकिंग करेंगे.
Dance लो अभी.
So but I'm not done with Sajay shit. Okay. So
Yeah.
so that's what. So I was always a fan of you. So you saying that I was like too cool to speak to, that makes no sense to me because you were insanely talented and I was always in awe of you. And
You don't want the things that you have. मेरे को था कि मेरे को लड़कियों से बात करना.
हाँ,
कैसे बात करना
कैसे?
इसको मालूम है.
मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था मतलब. I could not. I used to always feel that I was like, dude, you guys are so talented. Even you would beatbox. So I always
I
knew.
learned it from him only.
And that's what. And you guys had this thing about beatboxing together.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
for me at the time back then, you were like a set. I would never meet you alone or him alone. If we met, it's a package deal. You guys were like a package deal. किधर भी जाओ तुम लोग साथ में.
हाँ.
क्रश हो रहा है, रोल हो रहा है, सब साथ में. पूरा तुम लोग सिंक में था तुम लोग हर एक चीज में.
Same.
If there was something to be told to Holly or I could say it to you. And I know that you could just pass it to because you're gonna meet him probably what in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. If I had to tell something कि हाँ यार मेरा आज इससे बात नहीं उसको ये बता दे. I know that you will because मिलने वाले थे. So you guys like two peas in a pod back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Gote.
yeah.
Gore gote.
Good.
And the thing is, the good thing is for me, both of y'all, like I've always been like, you guys have been active on social media as well. So I've been looking at you, matlab, seeing y'all like third
going
हाँ,
by,
life
yeah,
going by.
yeah.
And,
We've
I'm
been
talking about
active, like we both post stories and
you
Yeah.
guys. So and I could see still that okay, you guys are still in touch. And for me, it's been like directly after 21, like directly 30 where we met up.
9.
Which is like, and when I saw y'all, I was just like, fuck, like we should really do this.
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought you'll say कि दोस्ती करना इनसे सीखना चाहिए.
because y'all have not changed,
में चल रहा है इसका
Because
गाड़ी.
when I came after all these, probably you did not notice this because you guys have still been in touch, But after 9 years coming back and seeing y'all, it's still the same thing, You guys are still a package for me.
Yeah.
You guys are still the same attributes. You guys are still doing the same things. You're still passionate about things. You're after it. You guys have this insane drive, and you guys are really creative. So that's y'all, man. Y'all have been like really important. I think in college, very few people that I remember.
Yeah, very few and very few we kept in touch with, bro.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so many people we knew in college, we didn't keep in touch with them. बहुत
हाँ,
लोगों का तो शादी हो गया, बच्चा हो गया, family हो गया. Good luck.
Yeah. Like I always in my life wanted to like live alone. Like खुद से. I used to always be like, fuck यार college में मेरे को hostel मिल जाता तो क्या मजा आता था. So the thing, that's what my fucked up decision making in life has always been. It's not about the education, it's about the hostel. हमने को
Experience, bro.
hostel मांगता bro.
No.
That's also why I
ये
left
ना सबसे बड़ा
Dubai.
प्रॉब्लम किसका पता है कि मुंबई वाले बच्चों का है कि हम लोग को कोई हॉस्टल में नहीं भेजता क्योंकि सब लोग यही पे आ रहे हैं
Metropolitan में रहने का वही सीन है.
हाँ.
Unless you want to go somewhere better, otherwise it doesn't make sense.
यहाँ से मैच
You'll always end up thinking कि क्यों ही जाओ यार, यहाँ पे भी तो है.
एग्जैक्टली वो घर के बाजू
ना यार.
But it's
ये मुंबई
important, bro. That experience is important.
Yeah,
Very
never-
life defining.
And
Very
like
good.
when it happened finally, so I was like, ठीक
Bro,
है.
and even if you do it for 1-2 months also, no,
It changes a lot
yeah,
also.
it's fine. Like
Yeah.
you'll get the experience in 1-2 months living alone, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, that I've done. That
You
I've
don't have to
done
completely
6
relocate.
months.
No, but relocating
6
is
months.
still fun.
Yeah, when my mom and dad shifted to Kerala,
Yeah.
and then I cut my leg and they came back. So that happened. मैं बोला कि चूतिया ये करना मेरे को इतना
And that
अच्छा
leg cut was a hectic.
Yeah, bro, देखो आइडिया
Yeah.
है
Actually
He got
cut your
nerve damage
leg,
and all
man.
that.
Fuck, how did that happen?
अरे ब्रो सबसे फनी स्टोरी है मतलब मेरे को
Not at all funny actually.
it is funny bro so basically the whole accident is not unfunny
Then
it was
kind of
so I'll
becomes
tell
funny.
you, what happened is कि I used to come home from work I used to eat and then just wash the vessels right क्योंकि मैं सिर्फ मैं और मेरे भाई रहते थे तो हम लोग का क्या कि बर्तन ज्यादा होता नहीं तो मैं ही धो लेता था तो एक ग्लास था मेरा भाई का विस्की ग्लास जो वॉबल होता था ठीक उसको रखेगा ना इट इज स्टिल वॉबल
Wobbling, okay.
तो उसने जस्ट दारू पिया था सवेरे तो मैंने उसको धो के ऊपर रखा इन द स्टैंड और वो वॉबल हो के गिर गया नीचे ठीक है तो मैंने उसको पकड़ने की कोशिश नहीं की मैंने पैर से रोका उसको दैट इज फनी मैंने कि पैर से क्यों रोके व्हाट आर यू एक्सपेक्टिंग इट बाउंसिंग एंड यू कैच इट अगेन दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन वो फट करके फूटा और फुक करके सब फव्वारा है बाबू खून का वाला क्या हाँ ब्रो फिर वो ऐसा 2 नस बाहर आया है दिख रहा है फुसफुस करके एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू दे शो इन फिल्म्स उस पे से कांच वाच और मैंने ऐसा सिंक पर डाला उस पे से कांच निकल रहा है दैट इज लाइक रियली फैसिनेटिंग बिकॉज़ तुमको दर्द नहीं होता था शॉक में होता था बट देन जैसे ही उसने टाका वाका मारा लौड़े लग गए that was like not funny at all that led to my mom coming नहीं मेरा बेटा came back all my freedom gone because of me
Yeah, but that's hectic injury, bro.
सच में मतलब
Then you can't.
I remember that, and I think मैं उसके towards the end वाले phase में मिला था. So वो time पे you were already like, I want my mom to come back. I can't keep doing this every day.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
because I was partying without consent without my consent I'm partying
And
bro.
I was like fucking surprised like that night when we met also. The first time we met that night.
yeah
Right?
after ages.
In my head it was like it's just gonna be the 3 of us chilling that night. थोड़े time बाद देखा there is this huge like
12 people.
suddenly there is 12 people in the house and I'm like I was not ready for this. अंदर सीन क्या है ना कि it was not like I came up like मैं ट्राई करूं तुम लोग अरे ये स्टैंड अप करता है इसको बोलो इसको स्टैंड अप करो ए कुछ फनी बोलना कुछ
नहीं बताना नहीं चाहिए था.
ऐसा करके तो सब लोग आके ऐसा बैठ गए अभी कुछ तो और ऐसा भी नहीं कि लोग सोबर आए सी द थिंग अबाउट ओपन माइक्स अनदर थिंग व्हाट आई नो इज तू जा रहा है हंसने के लिए समझ रहा है so जब वो सामने रहता है ना when the person is at least you know that this set of people who have come has come to laugh but when you do it in a drunk party which is out of place they never came here for this
Yeah, they're all different moods.
and
जो पैसा
suddenly
देके हंसने आया वो हंसेगा.
यार
उसको हंसने
तो
का
वो
मौका
अलग
दे.
सीन हो जाता है ना ऐसा सब लोग बोलते हैं ना स्टैंड अप इट्स नॉट लाइक सिंगिंग कि तू गाना गाता है तू अभी भी गाना गाएगा तो अच्छा ही रहेगा
पर
But-
हाँ एग्जैक्टली तो उतने लोग हमेशा होने के तो आई वाज लाइक पार्टी अरे नहीं करना मेरे को पार्टी तो आके मेरे को ऐसा ग्लास दे देगा कर यो देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ फनी पीपल हु केम दैट आई मेंट
Bro, that guy was is
So you should tell the
amazing.
story, man. You should like.
अरे ब्रो वो ऐसा आएगा हाँ ब्रो पार्टी करते हैं ना अपन एंड ऐसा 2-3 पैक एंड आउट मतलब इज डेड बॉडी वॉकिंग डेड चल रहा है वो बंदा पर बहुत भारी है
बहुत भारी
उसके
है
एक्चुअली
यार।
करने तो बोले कि ब्रो मैं कल दोस्त के साथ मिला और मैंने ऐसा मेटालिका को मिल गया अरे उस दोस्त का दोस्त मैं मिला ना दुबई
मेरे को भी बोला इसको बोला अपन मूड इंडिगो में ड्रीम थिएटर बजाने आया था एक बार तो कुछ तो बात करते करते बोला हाँ ड्रीम थिएटर बजा तो अपन गए थे देखने के लिए हाँ अरे दुबई में चिल किया था उन लोग
everything that is
this is the first time I'm meeting him this is 15 minutes into the meet he's telling me I'm like fuck, this guy is insane लगता है. So I'm looking at your brother, he's just smiling.
बोल ले.
2-3 पैग हो गया क्या उसके बाद अगला राउंड. फिर कुछ तो किसने तो बोला. ठीक है, तो ये बोलता है, ये उसको बोलता है, मैं मिला था उसके साथ में चिल कर रहे. और he will not tell details. He's just saying one thing. Oh, it was so good, man. It was so fun. I'm like, what did you do? I can't even explain how amazing it was, bro.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
It's just-
Acting level.
3-4 पैग के बाद मेरा ब्रदर came out like, तू कुछ भी बोल रहे हो, like मिला है बोलता है उसको. Like, and that guy till from start to end एक ही इसमें मिला है. It's always the same.
Yeah, bro. So.
So
Perfect timing.
We have not been in touch because we had different paths of life. कोई मेलबर्न चला गया, कोई बारिन चला गया. I was here only. We did different kinds of work in our life. So let's talk about that. कि starting with you, कि तू अब तक क्या कर रहा था? मतलब
yeah, like just life in general, not just work, just
Not work,
life.
how
What
does
have
life
you been up to in the time that we didn't know each other? What have we been up to?
Yeah.
So
So
after college, what happened?
after
basically?
college, so after college, everything changed, bro. Like, so I still remember graduation के बाद में results भी नहीं आया था, and I started working during my vacations itself. I got into sales. Like, what I did was the first interview that fell on my inbox, I went, I interviewed, and it was for sales, like direct sales. And I just got into that hustle, like,
And
And-
dove into it.
yeah, like I
And
totally
he's the
got
right
into
person
it.
for sales also.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a crazy ride. Like, if I talk about my last 10 years, it's just been me talking to people,
Hmm.
just making deals, like, just making deals with people. Like, that's all I've been. It's as far as work is concerned.
Using
I
your
would say.
talent.
Just wants to. So I always used to say this thing that I would want to make money based on speaking.
Hmm.
So every time, even in my college, my mom would be like, "The fuck do you want to do in life?" Like, I don't know, but I'll speak my way through. You know? So I used to tell this to her, and my mom still tells me that
He did.
he did it. He's doing that only till now. Somehow he's paying bills. Like, ऐसा scene. But I don't know why, bro. So that was always one thing that I wanted to do. Like, just keep experimenting with. I've noticed one thing through my college was that I guess that's what I've tried to do all of my 20s. Just keep speaking to people. Sales, trust me, bro. Sales is only and only about motivation. Like,
Yeah,
so
man.
every single day, my job is to like I start my day with the entire team
Hmm.
sitting in the conference room, and I have to like motivate them. The day has to start with a motivational meeting every day.
Yeah, man.
So you have to really speak to them and like get them pumped and be like, now go speak to somebody, because you know it's
Yeah,
just
you have
that's
to do
Also
that.
because
that's it. That's all.
तुम्हारे लाइफ में एक चीज शॉर्ट है रिजेक्शन.
हाँ.
वो रोज है. मतलब
रोज
हमारे
है.
इसमें हफ्ते में एक बार
And
होगा,
trust me,
तुम्हारा
it's
रोज है.
tiring. Like, you know, to do that, like,
That's
where
very
I
exhausting,
think
bro.
right now, as we said earlier, we're turning 30 this year, and I'm actually been trying to analyze my 20s, and I think I'm growing tired of this people. You know, like people. Yeah, I did want to do something by speaking, but
Hmm.
I did not think it through. Like, this was not the right thing, probably.
Not possibly speaking directly to people,
Yeah, like,
but on mic,
mic or
being a radio
probably.
jockey.
Or speaking
Yeah.
to multiple people at once, as in like hundreds and thousands.
So radio jockey that you mentioned, you know, that was insane, bro. Like, मेरे को वो Ratatouille में जैसा वो taste करके वो goes back, right?
Yeah.
So I had myself forgotten about this thing that
Wow.
back in college I had enrolled for radio jockeying, and I was काफी excited about it, like
Yeah,
at
bro.
that time.
And you know what? I was like always someone who did not know the direction that he wanted to go in life. मेरे को कि whatever comes across my way मैं कर लूँ, because मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं क्या करना.
हम्म.
और मेरे को था कि होले के साथ भी ऐसा होता था कि देख लूंगा कुछ करने का, मैं कुछ कर तो लूंगा, ऐसा वाला उसके वाइब आता था कि कुछ कर लेगा, जो मेरे को मेरे बारे में नहीं लगता था. और तू था कि मेरे को रेडियो जॉकी बनना है. तो ऐसा लाइक ये बंदा एक तो पहली बात उसको मालूम है क्या करना, और ही इज गुड एट इट आल्सो. तो वो बहुत ही सही कॉम्बिनेशन था. मतलब एज अ kid back then, having that clarity is a lot of things.
Exactly. And the sad thing that happened with that was I enrolled for this course that Soma had provided. They had given us vocational courses.
Yeah.
I think you had taken up editing, video editing or something.
We went for 2 sessions.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah,
don't
I
remember.
came for one
We-
session with y'all as well for music thing, for the video editing, and he was talking about Beatles and all of that, and he was playing something.
Oh.
I was like, this is
We had gone after missing 1 month of lectures.
And I'll tell you why I went.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why I went with y'all, because I was the only one
for ADJ.
in entire Somaya's campus, not just SK. I'm talking KJ, SK, and every small institution that was out there. Nobody had enrolled, and I was the only kid who wanted to do it. That's why the classes never happened. The person who was supposed to teach
Oh,
just
yeah,
declined.
The same thing happened with us. We were the only 2 people from BMS doing editing. BMS ka
Right,
course.
right.
So this
from
was-
BMS doing
yeah.
that.
So that happened with you also. You were
Yeah.
the only one from BMS doing like a.
Not just BMS.
But it happened for everyone.
entire. This guy told me
In
like it's
hindsight,
not even
we
about
should have
BMS.
attended it.
Yeah, dude.
We should have
Like we
attended
should have
it.
attended
But,
it, and
like we had a lot of fun, but we should have attended it.
we've done
From the
not.
start. Yeah, of course we should have, but the problem was, because see, the problem with us was कि this was specifically a BMM course, right? And वहाँ के लोग जा रहे हैं because उनको पता भी चल रहा है कि क्लास हो रहा है, हमको पता ही नहीं कि क्लास हो रहा है.
क्लास हो रहा है.
हम लोग को पता चला कि अच्छा इसके पैसे कट गए, एक
कट गए.
आया था कि
पैसा
पैसे
भरना
कटे,
है. हाँ.
और हम लोग बोला कि ये हो रहा है, चालू हो गया. That is when we inquired, we went and
Yeah.
हम लोग ने 2 सेशन में कहा कि सब कुछ बाउंसर जा रहा है.
Bouncer, हाँ.
फिर हम 2 सेशन गए. I guess it was for like 16 sessions or something like that.
Something like that, bro. But I was too excited for that and so wanted to do that. And I still like there were times in between, like I think that was like 4 or 5 years back. I was thinking about, should I still give it a try or something? But then, I always found another reason to not do it. But that was good thing you reminded me of, man.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
crazy. Then it was just been like, to be honest, it's just been sales, work, and I haven't really managed that same kind of a personal, rapport with people. Lost all the friends, made a lot of friends, by the way. Like even this 10 years, I think I made a lot of friends. As in, I met a lot of people, very short intervals. Like I met them, had, for 2 days, 3 days probably, and then gone. Like, and the last 2 years have been the best example. Like 2020, I left this place that has always been like, I have so many friends everywhere I
Yeah.
go. So now when I went over there, it was completely new, and I was like, fuck, can I do it? But it was good.
Went to Bahrain.
You know?
Went to Bahrain.
Yeah, I went to Bahrain in 2020, and then 21 I came back. So 2021 for me is like the year of leaving, like the last 29, where March I left Bahrain. First time living alone and everything. Then came back here for 3 weeks. Then left this place and went to Indore. 7 months of
Oh, that
Indore.
also happened.
In 2021 itself, I'm in Indore, and that happened. I met a lot of, again, you meet a lot of people, make friends every day. They're a part of your everyday routine. And then you leave that again in 6 months, 7 months. And then I came back to Mumbai. Now it's back in Mumbai again, and now I know that I'm meeting people, and in few months, I should be again going somewhere for sure.
Yeah, that's a good
Something
best thing
will
to do.
turn up, I know that.
Yeah.
So,
If you can, you should.
yeah, and this thing about leaving people has just become so much, So that's where, I think I have landed on as a 30 person. It's okay. I'm okay with people leaving now. Aisa.
Or you living there.
You're
Yeah.
leaving them
Yeah.
because you find new people anyways.
Yeah, matlab, earlier, the thing when you'll always say that if I am in a party or anything, I'm just there with everybody,
But that's in the moment we were talking about. We're not talking about you keeping relationships
No.
with people. We're
But I
talking
had
about
this,
you raising
So
the
we'll
level.
have to find like a substitute for him. Sooner
Yeah,
than
all of my 20s has actually changed that thing of, I had this obsessive thing where I feel like, if I am in a place, I was obsessed about it back then, that if I am in a space where there are people, I have to be a dominating character on there.
okay.
I had that thing in me that
Hmm.
it's important for me to be that.
Yeah, you wanted to be the life of the party also.
Yeah, I used to really like that and
Attention.
attention. I loved the attention, and I think it. Okay, it was. I mean,
Yeah, because I think you're a performer at heart.
I had that,
that's
Yeah.
stand-up comedy also. I mean, you haven't spoken about it yet, but
Huh. So that was another thing. So I've been trying to do different things where I could use speaking that I like. So tried my hand at stand up also. Did a few stand up. Even after coming back, I did 1 or 2. In the last few months. So tried doing that again. That was again me trying to find a space where I can just speak collectively. I'm done with speaking to people individually. Or just get that thing off me. मतलब मैंने वो high ले लिया. हो गया खत्म. Now I don't want to speak to people again.
and you're not selling a product, you're selling yourself here, your ideas and
Yeah.
your
Yes, and
observations.
then it's like over. So that's what I've been. Those are my phases now with, that kind of behavior.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put that you are an arrogant.
Okay,
मेरा
fine.
time है.
And relationships have been a crazy part, like also all throughout my 20s for me.
Hmm.
So, like a long-term relationship ending multiple times.
Oh yeah, that's been a huge
Over a
factor.
span of 9 years, it's just been
On off, on
on
off.
off, on off, on off, on off. So, a lot of things happening there. So that's great. But turning 30 for me right now is like weird, like confusing. Like I know that now I have to shift gears. Like so that's the phase I am in. So let's see how that goes.
When I was graduating, I had the same thing. What am I gonna do? Because I was generally walking along, but I didn't know what am I gonna materialize. Like which skill am I gonna materialize? And I was speaking to Avinash Tiwari once in the car. We are going somewhere, and cloudy car. And so the smoke cleared up, and I asked him, bro, I'm worried. I don't know what I'm gonna do to make money. Like, because you have to make money, right? I'm not gonna keep asking my dad for money. So he's like, bro, why don't you write? And Avi is very nonchalant, like वो बोल देता है जो उसके मन में है वो बोल देता है उसको सोचने की जरूरत नहीं चाहता. So he said, you've been writing. And that time I had written a crazy article which I published and I sent to a lot of people also. People really liked it. And I've been writing poetry since I was in sixth or seventh. I had heartbreaks, multiple people, like girls didn't even know I existed. मतलब मेरे लिए वो पूरा
What are
जिंदगी
you
बन गया था.
saying?
Bro, I
Heartbreaks with
was-
the crushes. That happened a lot.
So when your crush doesn't like sort of crush को पता ही नहीं तू
Exist करता है.
they like hanging out with you, but
Ah,
they don't
okay, but
understand
they
the feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And that happened quite a few times. But it was like pain that gave me a lot of motivation to write and made me really close with music. My first CD was, I think, Linkin Park. I really loved it. And I was writing from that time. So yeah, so writing, that's how it came into my life. That's how I started my first internship as a publishing. I was just like writing articles for a website. These two CA guys had started in his like extra office. He had one extra office. उधर उसको writers बिठाने थे. So he started a blog, proper publishing blog. That was my first internship. Then I moved to Collage Collective, where I was given the role of like a studio manager, getting events ready, making flyers, stuff like that. And that's where I met, a few friends. And then after that, I moved to Melbourne. For like, I spent 4 years in Melbourne, and I did my masters there. I even had a live-in relationship for 2
So why
years.
did you go to Melbourne in the first place?
So I went to Melbourne because my
I
parents.
see something's interesting over there.
Yeah, that is the interesting part.
Ah.
I
मैं बोला
went,
कि
I went
it's going to
because
come.
of I got the idea because of love, because I was with someone in a
Because
relationship.
of love.
Yeah, because I was in a relationship with someone, and she wanted to go to Australia. But when the visas came through, my visa was for Melbourne. Hers was in the state which had Perth in it. I was like, break up, because I had done a long distance before this. I
Okay.
knew how shitty it was, how not worth it was, and I didn't see the value in it. So I told her, let's break up. Please, you go your way. I've started this shit. I'm gonna finish it. Like I'll go
Right.
my way.
But it started with.
It started with her. I was
Okay.
ready to break up because I knew in the process of getting my visa, giving the exams, I knew this is serious shit,
Right.
and I wanted this because I'm working hard for it, so I wanted it. I did my masters for 2 years, and as soon as I went, my first job was in sales. That's how my 1.5 year experience of sales started while doing university. So my dad gave me just $1,000 for life when I went. So I finished that in 1 month because rent is 700 for sharing a room,
Fuck.
sharing a bedroom in prime Melbourne, like in the core city. So I did that. After 1 month, I had got a job in sales. So I know what sales is like. And I never wanted to do it beyond the point. I hated it after 8 months.
Yeah.
Till 8 months, I was just like, it's paying my bills. I don't have a choice. After 8 months, I'm like, it's getting very stressful.
Right.
And I was good at it. The problem was like I was good at it. So
That's the whole thing. Take me out, exactly. And if you're good at it, you always know there's an opportunity out there.
there's opportunity, and also because it's generating some results for you, right? You won't shun something that's generating some results or some cash for you. So I did it for a while, but after 1 year, by that time I had started working as a dishwasher for a restaurant. So I used to go to this job in the morning, go to university, and then at night sometimes go to work as a dishwasher. And on weekends I used to do like 15-hour shifts at a go. So from morning to midnight I used to just work. It was a lot of fun. I could do it because it was too much fun. Like I was working with all Pakistani chefs in an Italian restaurant. So Pakistani chefs, Gujarati burger maker, and full Italian crowd sitting at the restaurant because we know how to cook.
Fuck, and Italians, dude.
Yeah, Italians coming to the place because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very mixed.
Yeah.
So Italians, Indians, everyone coming
Come.
and eating.
No, but
So I-
to deal with an Italian, that's something that I like want to experience once in life. Like
Yeah, they
I
actually-
want to speak to an
Yeah,
Not
Italian
everyone
sitting
is like a
in
godfather.
front of me. No, but still, I just want to, like, it's-
Bro, they're actually very much like Indians. They care about family.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
love their
Yeah.
food.
And they talk
And
with
they
their
overeat.
hands.
Yeah,
They
they're
very
always
expressive
Give me
and
food.
angry.
Give me food.
Or
I had
people
an
like
idea
you.
of matlab, Italians being too like money.
That's what he said. Not Godfather.
Not
This is
Godfather.
not
Yeah,
Godfather.
not them.
Anyways, that's a different. So I was working as a chef assistant and dishwasher, not dishwasher, pan washer. I was just focused on the kitchen. So a order used to come. I used to pick up the ingredients, give it to them, like collect the ingredients, give it to them. They used to make the plate ready. I should take the plate, garnish it, make it look pretty, run it down, put the plate back, come up, wash his pan, and then repeat this whole thing for 18 hours. It
Fuck.
was so much fun, bro. Like we were constantly talking to each other, discussing about universe and cosmos. They were all engineers.
Right.
We were all like, they were all qualified engineers, and one was a doctor. But this was the extra job. This was just
Yeah.
making money. They're studying doctorate.
To survive.
Some are studying aeronautics engineering. Everyone's just
Fuck,
very
that's
smart.
so insane,
Yeah,
right?
everyone's very smart, and we know we're hustling.
Yeah.
And we had fun because the guy who's my head chef, one of his names was Usama. The other guy's name was Aman.
Laden.
He was a Punjabi, and this guy's a
His name, second one was
Aman.
Aman.
So he was a Punjabi, and the first one was a Pakistani. I always gelled with the Pakistani friends more because they were extra honest and like they were like so expressive. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Apan baat karega saath mein." Very expressive. But anyways, the best part was, bro, making biryani in that Italian kitchen.
Oh yeah.
He used to make such a big patela of biryani loaded with like 3 kilos chicken. And the owner used to come, was like, smells really good. Can I? No, go.
Why?
This guy used to fuck him up like, this is not for you, this is for staff. He never used to give him anything, bro. That was the kind of cowboy rule we had in the kitchen.
Okay.
No wonder there's racism there, man. You don't give them food.
Biryani, fuck you.
In his own kitchen.
No, it's not about racism. It's
And
not
he's
about
coming like, it
racism.
smells good.
It's about, it's about staff and boss. And bro, they used to cut us a lot. Like with they had their own rules.
Right.
They used to pay on time, but they used to pay very less
Right.
and expect a lot. So we were like, we'll give you a lot, but don't get in our way. Don't even talk unless there's a problem.
Right.
Like it was that attitude.
But that's the attitude towards Indians across the world, no?
What?
Pay less, get more shit done.
Yeah, because we
Even
were
in
working
India.
for it.
Yeah, in
No,
India,
but
that-
it's not just Indians. Like when you look at the waiter staff, they were from Colombia, Brazil. So
Ah,
they're all
Col-
still developing countries.
Exactly. But
Exactly.
they would not do the same thing to an Australian, right?
Australian, they would have to pay a bit more.
Exactly.
And Australians wouldn't work in this kitchen because this kitchen was hectic. Australians didn't like too hectic jobs.
I think that's
This kitchen, the way it was structured and the amount of packs, 180, 200 customers coming in a night, it's not a joke. It's a huge restaurant and we used to smash it. Coffee से लेके kitchen से लेके dishwashing से लेके साफ सफाई तक सब देसी लोग था. सब देसी लोग. And we were killing it. हम लोग को जो चाहिए कॉफी पीते थे. मैं निकलने से पहले कॉफी के कप में पूरा वाइन भर लेता था, इतना वाइन. और मैं पीते पीते निकलता था उधर से. So that led me to completely say fuck off to the sales job. I'm like, I'm going into food. And I had a depression during that time. Me and my girlfriend had split up and we had separated. We were not living together. So it was like a void in my existence. And at that time, I decided, okay, the sales thing is also another venture. Life choose रहा है मेरा. इसको भी निकाल, ये गई है, इसको भी निकाल. अभी मैं चालू करेगा वापस. And then I got a job as a chef in a commercial kitchen
okay.
that used to make a lot of veg and vegan forward food. I started doing that. I enjoyed that again. Just working with food is a lot of fun. I met amazing people, all Australians working there. I was the one Indian, and then I got promoted as a production manager. The only Indian to get. So there it was like very chill, because I was just a performer. in general, I used to kill it. Like with whatever you give me, I will kill it. I will make mistakes here and there, but I just love dealing with food. If you tell me what to do and if I know the recipes, so then slowly I became a manager. From there, I became a head chef in the same company's restaurant, and that was a lot of fun. And luckily, all my team used to always be girls, all European girls, South American, American.
No wonder he loves cooking.
Yeah,
India
now
में
I
बोलो-
know what's cooking.
So that was
India
just
में
my
कर-
very good luck.
India में
Very
कर
good
cooking.
luck.
इंडिया में हमारा कुक नहीं करेगा, सब कुछ लाके देगा पर कुक नहीं करेगा.
But my job was not very cook oriented. It was
It was
Manage-
European
management
oriented.
oriented.
Marriage and food
It was
management oriented.
European oriented, yeah.
European oriented also. So yeah, I had a dry spell for the last 2 years, but in the last 2 years I've had a very wet psychedelic spell. Very wet psychedelic spell because I was eating mushrooms every weekend, and it was the most amazing transformative growth experience I've had. That's when I spent the most time with DJing. I would practice like 8, 10 hours because I had a good job. I didn't work more than 35-40 hours a week. I didn't need to, and I was getting a lot of money that I bought equipment. I bought this laptop, I got my mixer, all in that time, and I used to just mix for 8-10 hours, eat mushrooms, have like 10 beers. That's where I grew the most, and that's where I realized I don't want to stay here. Kya hai ye scene? Because I had fucked it up for myself by
Yeah,
overdoing
right.
things. Because when I was overdoing this, I was overdoing eating also. So just like junk food and food in general, only outside food. So I think I did it to myself that I lost motivation. I was like, ghar jana hai. Meko healthy khana khana hai. I want to be in my motherland because I've gone too far from who I am. In a way, I grew a lot, but I had left myself too far back.
Right.
I'm like, किधर है मेरे को याद ही नहीं है कौन है ये तो मैं आ गया bro, and I don't know how, but I came in November and Feb COVID started. तो उधर तो बैंड बच गई लोगों की. Whoever were there, at least most of my friends were well settled. They had citizenship. Most of my long-term friends in these 4 years had citizenship.
So had
They
you
were
been in
Australians.
Australia during the pandemic, how would it be? Like, would it be better for you or not good for you?
No, I would have hustled. I would have made it through, but then I wouldn't have come back, I think. Because I would have decided कि अभी COVID देख लिया इधर तो माँ की चूत मैं नहीं जा रहा कहीं पे. ऐसा हो जाता. So it was a split decision, but I've always liked India, bro. I can live here, and I know that there's a lot of struggle here, lot more struggle here, but it's just connected to my land. I can change cities maybe if I feel like. Yeah, so I came here. I started. So I met through a friend. I met someone who has an organic store. And we tried to start a kitchen. I ran it for 1 year, but didn't really pick up. It was a good concept, but I spent a lot of time like developing recipes. I spent months while paying rent developing recipes. Biggest mistake. So it was a very big learning curve. I put all my savings in it, whatever I had from Australia. It was a good experience, pretty hectic. And then after that, after 1 year, I started working for the same company that I was doing sales for. I was also doing content related work after hours as for extra money. So I told them I'll join, but in content. So they said fine. So they made me. So I am the head of content for that company, and I manage all the content and I help with communications, this and that. But yeah, post COVID, I really looked at my health. I stopped smoking regular. I stopped buying cigarettes and keeping them with me, unless if we're going out or something like that. A lot of things changed. I started looking at my health very carefully. I started trying fasting, raw fasting. That helped me a lot. It broke everything. My pattern was that unhealthy pattern I had set. It broke everything. Like it was a bit tough to do it, to make these decisions also.
I remember those times. He used to come up with something or the other every day.
Yeah, because I was
Possibly
learning,
everything.
so I was trying a lot of things, and I was just understanding what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that. But I was trying a lot of things, and these guys all saw the change. They're like, "Bro, what?"
He was into a phase where he was like a flat earther.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You don't know that.
No.
He's
man.
like, तुम चूतियों को पता है क्या तुम किस पे हो? You are on a desk.
You were.
And
Are you
he was,
serious?
Yeah, I was a hardcore flat earther.
and then he was like, he because like हम लोग ऐसा कि you be a flat earther. That's fine. We'll have discussions. We'll have fun. but he was aggressive about like
Okay.
he was like an aggressive vegan. He's just like that.
Yeah.
तुम चूती हो बहनचोद. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was fully into it. I
I'm meeting a
believed it.
flat earther for the first time.
I met a flat earther for the
Ex
first
flat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, ex flat.
Flat earther.
I did not know any. I used to send me conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Oh fuck.
So now
It was fun for
I
me because you get a different perspective
Yeah,
also.
but I would just like to clarify
makes
that
you challenge
where I am at this point with these beliefs is that I have agreed that I don't know. Because
Yeah.
I have not been to space. So photos are there, it's an authority, but I still don't know.
वो
Still
संजय
I-
मिश्रा का एक मूवी है ना जिसमें बोलते हैं अभी से मैं वही चीज सच मानूंगा जो मैंने देखी है या महसूस की है और बाकी चीजें मेरे को नहीं पता है
Hmm.
बेसिकली दैट्स द बेस्ट कॉन्सेप्ट आल्सो तो मतलब व्हेन ही यूज्ड टू सेंड मी ऑल दिस कॉन्स्पिरेसीज मैंने कभी ऐसा नहीं बोला कि देख तू चूतिया है क्योंकि मेरे को लगता था कि हाँ ऐसा हो रहा है तो ऐसा लोग भी चूतिया नहीं है यार
So makes you question ki something so obvious can
Are
be
there any
completely.
loopholes or something?
Exactly, and questioning is always good. I found a lot of things. For
And then
example,
passes a lot of time also.
yeah, exactly. And we had a lot of
COVID,
time.
bro, lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown passed my time because I'm like, पूरी दुनिया झूठ बोल रही है अपने साथ. COVID scam.
But I think COVID में it was peak of मतलब digital influence
Yeah,
जो था
yeah.
और screen
Tell me about
influence.
it.
like
Screen
we
influence
had-
इतना ज़्यादा हो गया था यार वो time पे. And there are so many influencers right now that boomed in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like reels, whatever learned like they have, and everybody's on the internet. Every Tom, Dick and Harry is getting viral because everybody's on their screen. Like
Yeah.
during the whole 2 years.
The Instagram funny influencers, they all happened.
They all happened in
COVID.
2020,
Yeah.
and they're hustling right now.
And they're funny.
Yeah, they
genuinely
are.
funny. Like that's why people like them,
But
right?
that you suddenly there is so much more screen time available. Like you know,
We like reached the peak of information, then suddenly the world got taken away, and then information just like like,
और कुछ काम था नहीं information.
like how we go to those waterfalls, no? We are like brave. हाँ खड़ा रहेगा.
You know, in this time only, मतलब while he was sending me all these conspiracy theories, so basically बाकी there were a lot of questions that flat earthers put out, right? कि ये ऐसा क्यों है वैसा क्यों है, but सारे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर्स ना तुमको थोड़ा बहुत पता है कि हाँ बिकॉज आई हैव लर्नड इट समवेयर तो ये ऐसा है बट उन लोग बोला कि नहीं ये गलत बोल रहा है something like that. ठीक है बेसिकली बट एक चीज था कि कुछ भी कर ले कि वेर एवर यू गो यू विल नेवर सी द वाटर कर्व द वाटर इज ऑलवेज फ्लैट ठीक है तो दैट इज समथिंग कि मेरे को लगता था ये चीज दिस अ वेरी और मैं बहुत ढूंढता था कि ये क्यों है देन वन गाय हु ऑन द इंटरनेट ऑफ कोर्स यूट्यूब में जब मैं भी रिसर्च करता था फ्लैट अर्थ है कि नहीं सच में तो वन गाय उसने बोला ही वाज लाइक अ साइंटिस्ट और समथिंग लाइक दैट उसने बोला कि ये चीज को मैं तुम लोगों को बताता हूँ कि इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल एक्सपेरिमेंट स्पिक ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर लो पुट इट ऑन अ सरफेस it will be a bubble like it will be a globe so that's the whole point मतलब because of the earth's gravitation and I was like हाँ रे इतना छोटा and I had like clearance about rest of it थोड़ा बहुत logic था ये point clear हो गया बोला कि आज में flat earther नहीं
है.
हाँ वो point के बाद मैं भी थोड़ा हिल गया उससे because yeah I don't know which movie
Something
it was.
so basic ना मतलब
Yeah,
पूरा एक
bro.
इतना बड़ा cult theory को पूरा break कर रहा.
सच में
उसके बाद हाँ फ्लैट अर्थर के बाद I got a job. I realized what is responsible. I came back to the earth and I started
The round
enjoying
one.
life that as little or as much as I know it. And then yeah, like but my health thing remained. Health thing was not a scam. In that there are some scams like fat diets. Then I slowly it took time to learn. It gets time to go through the bullshit
Yeah.
first. You have to adopt the bullshit, believe it to actually understand how idiotic
You have to get
sounded.
into it.
You have to get into
But
it, bro.
in your case you are getting into everything not one at a time everything
अच्छा
at
मतलब आज
once.
फ्लैट अर्थ तो कल कुछ और है
I was
मतलब.
like, I know there's limited time
yeah
because I know this opportunity that I've gotten to dive into something is limited.
also
I
because
know
of
that I have
pandemic
to
हम लोग को
start
लगे
working.
I'm सच में कर रहे हैं कुछ भी हो सकता है
Fuck हाँ यार like
Music भी सीखा. Like he inspired me to learn, start production. He put Logic on my laptop and he left. He's like, "Abhi kar." And I started making, and within like 1 week, I had something that is audible, that can be heard, and then it was great. Like that learning experience is like now we try making music. He makes music. I dabble in it. And
but pandemic man you guys have really lived that
pandemic, bro.
pandemic has been the best shit for me in my life
yeah
yeah I've never been so confident in my life ever
what are you saying
yeah pandemic has helped me be like at least explore myself कि मेरे को पता चला तो क्या है बाकी दुनिया कुछ भी हो, तू है, तू है।
Mhm.
तो मेरे को पता चला आई वुड हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू स्पीक और हैव अ आइडिया पॉडकास्ट वेयर आई एम इन इट। आई वुड हैव बीन बिहाइंड द कैमरा but never in a podcast, but that is all because of the pandemic. I know it has been bad for a lot of people, but for me it has
Yeah,
been
we've
good.
lost people ourselves.
Yeah, but
I think the whole pandemic thing matlab, gave a polarizing effect to everything that
Every
happened.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it was either very sad or you'll see somebody, it was very good, turned out to be something very, very positive.
yeah,
So it was there. I didn't find anybody having a very neutral view about what
No
they went
way.
through
Such
during
an
that
extreme
time.
incident.
Everything had extreme ripples. Everything. Matlab, for me, I was lucky in a way that, I mean, I reached Bahrain in 2020 January, and 2 months later, the whole pandemic thing happened over there. Like it started. So now I am in Bahrain. I'm seeing the pandemic from Bahrain, like what's happening in that country, and only hearing stories about what's happening back in India. And my parents are here, so
and you can't do shit.
I can't do shit. I know that I can't come back.
Yeah, man.
Anything happens, I cannot come back. And now you're hearing stories, about things and people. So it really kind of made me quit. And that was the time I was away from my family for the first time, and I think that after I've come back from there, in fact, the day I started living there, I got very close to my family since that day.
Same.
Yeah, that happened.
It was since that day that, I was speaking to them every day, and now I feel I should go home and started getting to know that it's just your family who's with you. Everybody else just comes and goes.
After college, I did not know what to do, and तब मेरा भाई, when I was studying, like my brother is 7 years elder to me, so मेरा भाई used to be in advertising and he used to come either sloshed or he used to tell me stories about partying. तो मेरे को लगा कि ये सॉर्टेड सीन है, बिकॉज कॉलेज लाइफ पूरा पार्टी हो गया तो पार्टी खत्म क्यों होना चाहिए। तो मैं एडवर्टाइजिंग ज्वाइन किया और मैं आई डिड वेरी गुड इंटर्नशिप एट अ वेरी गुड कंपनी, देन आई गॉट अ जॉब द फर्स्ट कंपनी। इट वाज अ स्टार्टअप बैक देन, इट इज़ नाउ एक्वायर्ड बाय अ वेरी बिग कॉन्ग्लोमरेट एंड स्टफ, बट वहाँ पे
Scarecrow.
स्कैकरो, थैंक्स टू स्कैकरो। सो बहुत फटे, मतलब बहुत रगड़ेश, मतलब 2-2 3-3 दिन ऑफिस में रहा, काम करने का बैक टू बैक वो सब भी किया है। बट आई मेट द बेस्ट 5 पीपल ऑफ माई लाइफ देयर, मतलब मेरे सबसे क्लोज फ्रेंड्स में आता है। एंड इट मतलब वी स्टिल वाइब ऑन द होल थिंग कि हम लोगों ने स्कैकर में किया। हाउ मेनी टाइम्स हैव वी गॉटन लॉस्ट वर्किंग इन ऑफिस, काम करते करते दारू पीना, एंड वी यूज्ड टू स्टे बैक इन ऑफिस सो दैट वी कैन पार्टी और वी कैन एंजॉय। दैट वाज अ वाइब। मालूम था कि क्लाइंट चूतिया है या फिर काम चूतिया है, जो भी है, बट बहुत मजा आता है। एंड एक भी टाइम ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे को ऑफिस जाने में टेंशन है क्योंकि ऑफिस में जाके मैं इन लोगों को मिलूंगा, बचाएंगे, ये सब सीन है। एंड वी यूज्ड टू पार्टी अ लॉट। फिर उसके बाद एंड at least until Scarecrow, I had my whole beatboxing thing on. But then I joined another ad agency. वहाँ पे बहुत short हो गया, मतलब I did not like it at all. My boss was a very bad guy, was a truth. And उसकी वजह से I had
2 seconds. Thank you, Scarecrow.
Yeah, again, thank you, Scarecrow. और I had an issue also. I had nerve damage in my lower jaw. उसके वजह से I did not have some sensations in my lower jaw and could not beatbox. तो मेरे को तो और भी ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो गया कि अरे I cannot deal with the whole thing कि I cannot beatbox anymore. So I had to pick up my talking skills also क्योंकि my lips used to lips क्या tongue used to lisp क्योंकि एक साइड का टंग थोड़ा सा हो गया। तो वो सब किया। देन मैंने सोचा कि अभी एडवर्टाइजिंग नहीं हो पाएगा भाई, अभी 18-18 20-20 घंटा नहीं काम कर पाऊंगा। सो आई मूव टू अ मार्केटिंग रोल एंड आई वेंट टू वन ऑफ द वेरी बिग कंपनीज। एंड उसके बाद एक और कंपनी में, नाउ आई लेफ्ट देयर इन 3 years। अभी फिर मैं दूसरे कंपनी में हूँ विच इज़ अ वेरी नाइस कंपनी, ऑल्सो बिग मार्केटिंग कंपनी। इन दिस होल टाइम मैं आई हैव नेवर डेटेड एनीवन इन माई लाइफ। I have had things with people for longer time than anyone has been dating, but it was never dating. मतलब we were not in a relationship.
Then,
Yeah.
like dating? No, then it was dating.
It was a
like,
4-year-old,
like
मतलब
4-year-old dating.
so it's a
4-year-old.
relationship. Kind of
It was a relationship,
yeah.
but we were never like a thing. मतलब we were not couples ऐसा बोलते थे on paper. On paper. So हम लोग ऐसा fling था, बहुत लंबा fling, 4-5 साल था। तो यार
ठीक है. Okay.
ठीक है। Then pandemic happened. And pandemic के पहले I lost my dad, so that was like a very big phase in my life. And just dad को हम लोग recover कर रहे थे, pandemic happened, and actually हम, because I did not want to face a lot of people, So it was best for me that I was alone. I was also contemplating a lot of shit about being close to family, which I was not. तो वो सब हुआ. I gotten close to my mom, my brother, and मैं म्यूजिक बनाने लग गया. I started learning music again. Confident हुआ थोड़ा. Then of course जब तुम virtually बात करते हो किसी से Zoom पे and everything, then you are pretty much confident as compared to talking
In
in
person.
person.
In person.
Because he does not know how you are in general. मतलब persona पूरा grab नहीं कर सकता कोई किसी का. So that helped me to talk a lot and be confident in general. So my life has been like that. It has been like a करके rocket launch हुआ है मेरा life में pandemic में. I started doing a lot of shit. I started taking jobs as a freelance में बोले creative jobs कुछ graphic designing है वो करने लग गया. I did couple of ads also for music for some ads. तो वो सब
You were also in that Dhakkan Chronicle wala scene क्या था?
yeah. So yeah, during pandemic and I was like super against the government कि भैंचो तुम लोग बहुत चूतियागिरी काम
Are you now for the
no,
government?
I'm not. I'm not. Matlab, me and my friend, we started like a Instagram post page called Dhakkan Chronicle, and he used to write. We used to ideate things, and I used to do the graphics.
Dhakkan Chronicle, guys. Trust me, you have seen it somewhere or the other.
Yeah, you might.
I
have.
mean, it was huge. It is
Yeah.
huge.
No, we stopped. We stopped.
I know,
We got
but
bored of it.
It's still huge. Like
yeah, we
the
got like
number of
25K
the
followers.
Yeah.
It's still there on Insta. उसने बहुत ज़्यादा effort डाला था मेरे दोस्त ने to get it to 25K. And then we stopped. उसके बाद I started producing music. I put out a couple of songs. No one listened, but I'll still do that. Keep on doing that. So that's how my life has been in the past 10 years. And puberty hit late for me. So and in a good way lately. So I'm happy. And yeah, हम pandemic में because also I lost my dad. फिर बाद में हम लोग अकेले रहते. The whole being healthy thing hit me also. उसके बाद थोड़ा healthy खाना and everything. Also yeah, I became vegan like 3 or 4 years back, 3.5 4 years back, and that was like a major shift in my life क्योंकि healthy खाना पड़ेगा अभी और कुछ option ही नहीं है. तो वो सब हुआ and फिर हाँ it has been really great. अभी like I'm actually focusing on my health, how to look. You have to be presentable now in life for people to take you seriously. Yeah, so yeah, that's been the shit. That's where I am now.
Yeah.
Still not dating.
Nice.
It's also this podcast is
That's,
like
I
a
think that's like a
it's like
segue to the next episode.
yeah.
This
And
is-
for Sajesh, this is really like
Yeah, my Baba profile.
yeah, like I'm gonna do a full blown podcast over my dating profile.
Yeah, man. Because I want to know. This is like a consumer feedback thing that I want to do. What is wrong with my Bumble profile? It's not funny. It's honest. I can do something about it. Not me, girls. So guys, yeah. अभी तक तो तुम लोग समझ लिया होगा कि we have not met each other for quite some time and there's a lot of catching up to do. There is a lot of topics and things to talk about, lot of experience to talk about, and that is most of like what the podcast is going to be about.
Yeah. So like for me, Kuch Karte Bro is going to be something insane. Like I'm so excited about it because like we if you've understood us or if you haven't, then I would like to let you know that now for me, right, I have Holly and Sajesh over here, like both insane, when it comes to music, and I know how fucking talented they are and how crazy they've been, being at it in the last 10 years. And also, since I know them from college, right, I know their crazy side as well. So we're gonna have some really, really interesting topics that we will be speaking about and putting our views out there. So all we're expecting is for you to just listen to it, tell us how you feel as well, so that
Yeah, if you
we
might have
can
had the same
yeah
experience.
our goal with this, I think the entire podcast I feel is to find out topics that are that people can connect to now. So we want to come up with different things that you can relate to, people can relate to, and we are just trying to talk about what we will feel like, so you can tell us as well how you feel about it. So कुछ तो करेंगे हम लोग.
आज कुछ किया है,
आज कुछ किया है.
कल कुछ करेंगे और कुछ करते रहेंगे. That's the whole thing.
Pratik's being kind. There's a foundation. We're laying a foundation for something, and this is something that has felt like recording this has itself felt like something big is at least about to happen, because at least 3 people can coordinate together and come.
Yeah.
That was a different concept.
That was
At
the
least for the three
thing.
of us, yes.
Yeah.
3 people coordinating from different parts of the area are coming together from far away. Whatever may
Far,
happen.
far away.
One comes from a different district altogether.
Kalyan.
One comes from Game of Thrones.
And so,
So yeah, it's just and I'm looking at this as a very conversational kind of thing, where it's relatable to 30-year-old some things, or relatable with anyone. It can just be an entertaining
Yeah.
back noise to your life, and you might catch some gems that we ourselves are learning to articulate while we talk to each other. उसके अलावा तो बकचोदी पसंद है तो वो भी है. वो तो
also we'll be talking about a lot of shit that we have never talked about to anyone, because
Yeah.
we did not have the
we
forum or
wanna have a new
the,
conversation
Yeah.
every time.
and we'll also try to get people who are like doing shit like us.
Oh yeah, we need to get those hustlers out there
Yeah, yeah.
as well.
Yeah, like people who have been like interesting people,
Interesting
not just
people.
people who are hustlers.
But interesting people have to hustle to put it there, you know.
No. So some people are not putting it out there also. I mean, there are a lot of people who are doing a lot of shit which we do not have any idea about.
Yeah.
Well, for example, as small as look like feeding 10 dogs in his area, and the reason why he's doing it, or he or she is doing it. So things like that. As small as that, I
that's
think there will be a lot of stories. The whole thing is about kuch karne ki stories. So do whatever in the comfort of your home. You're doing that, very good. We'll try to get such people also. There are a lot of people that we know.
And at the crux of it, everyone is interesting.
Yeah,
If you
exactly the
learn
point.
to ask them the right questions, everyone is damn interesting.
Yeah. So I think that's more or less about it.
Yes.
कुछ करते हैं, कुछ किया, कुछ करते रहेंगे. And that's the sign of guys.
And it's
कुछ करते हैं bro.